honestly, it hits, dude. 180 episodes with you, brother.
This is a big one. This is a monument.
180 episodes with my brother. Like,
yeah,
blessed day.
And to think, I still remember. You can't like. I talked to you, Tim and Sean were like, Schmitty, you should do a pod. If you love podcasts so much and you're so fun and you like to talk to people, do a pod. And this was right when like everybody started doing pods. Like you started seeing everybody have a podcast.
And you were watching some Joe Rogan at the time too.
Oh, dude, I watched Joe Rogan forever. And then I told you, and then I didn't think anything would happen. But I still remember when you're like, dude, let's just do it. What if we just go half in? I'll pitch in. I'll buy a lot of stuff. And then we just get it going. What do we need? And then we just looked up. We just literally looked up what we needed, got it. And I remember sitting on the back patio with my mom and Aunt Laura and everybody, sitting there looking at the pool. I don't know if you were there. But I was like, yeah, me and Brendan are thinking about starting a pod. And they're like, pod? What? Like, yeah, we're thinking about starting a pod. Fuck it. And now look.
I know, man. All that, dude, that enthusiasm and that love for it, that passion, that's what I'm trying to get back to myself, man.
There's a president's quote we're going to read here in a little bit that has something to do with all that. But yeah, Jobins, episode 180. And yeah, it's monumental. Thank you guys for always watching and tuning in with us and following us along with our journey. It's been an honor to have you guys. It's been a lot. It's been a lot.
Love you, Jobins.
We started in my mom and dad's basement.
I know, dude. If I go back sometimes and I watch old videos, and it gets me, dude, emotional. Because I don't know, it's just like...
I have a podcast with my dad that I haven't been able to watch yet. I know one day I'll be able to. The funny story about my dad, and it happens sometimes with guests, with people. My dad, he would watch our pods, right? And, man, Ricky, I want to do a pod with you. Let me on. Let me do a pod. I got so much to talk about. I'd be like, I know, we'll get one in, Dad. Just let me get better. Let me know what I'm doing. Let me get things flowing. And because I want to be good when I have you on. Then finally I get him on, right? And he got so shy and quiet behind the mic. But we still had an amazing pod. From what I remember, it was an awesome pod. He got emotional because we talked about my grandpa. Yeah. You know what I mean? And after the pod, he was like, man, Ricky, he's like, don't post that one. Let me go again. I was too quiet. I wanted to because he was shy. You know what I mean? I'm like, no, Dad. I'm like, when it doesn't matter. I'm like, we'll post this one. We'll do another one. You'll see how much better you got.
And he didn't do bad, but he's a legend. Yeah. So, like, doing one podcast appearance, you might not be the skilled to, like, reflect your true self.
I know. I wish, and that's the thing. I'm like, I wish I could have got a couple more in with him so we could have got a real thing. When my mom comes and visit us, we'll do a pod with her. Your family's coming in town. Yeah,
they're looking at April or March right now because my dad was looking at February. And you know how he is with prices and everything. He's like, oh, well, it wouldn't make sense to be here for a week and we should get a whole week. And I agreed.
I agree with that too.
So I was like, yeah, let's delay it a little bit, April or March. And hopefully, because they've said a few times, so hopefully they actually come through and I see my mom and dad and my brother. That'd be like legendary.
Yeah, they've never been out here. We've been out here 3 years and 4 days. In 4 days, we've moved out here for 3 years.
Dude, and they've never been on the podcast either. And both of your parents have, both of legends.
I know, and I would love to have a pod with. We can have both of them now.
Yeah, with the 4 mics.
We'll do it, and then we'll do one with your brother too. We'll have to do that one separate though. That one will be separate. But yeah, guys, if you're thinking about starting a pod, even though there's so many pods out there, I was having a conversation with someone and they were like, man, there's just so many pods these days. It's like, why even start? I'm like, well, what about music artists? What about movies? You know what I mean? There's an abundance of books, music, movies. And that'd be like people who don't want to, like, oh, I don't want to make a movie today because there's just so many movies.
It wouldn't work if you don't have the passion for it.
If you got passion, you're thinking in your gut, you're like, man, I like talking to people. I like learning. I feel like I'm really good at keeping a conversation going with people. Start a pod.
And like when we're with our friends, or if you guys are with your like a group of friends and everyone's laughing at like maybe 2 of you or 3 of you that are just like really connecting and having great conversations, that's like another indicator of like, hey, it might be a good option.
Yeah. And dude, we've had so much fun doing these pods. And when I think back of all the times like we've grown and like changes, like we went from my mom and dad's basement and then Sean moved us out into that apartment and we were doing a podcast in the kitchen without a studio. back at home, we had like a little studio, you know, and then we went to a kitchen, which that was kind of weird.
A kitchen island.
It was sick though, and it's cool to go back and watch some of those pods because it's like, whoa, we made it work. You know, we didn't have room, and we could have made that living room probably a pod studio, but it was also Sean's gaming area.
Yeah.
So it was like we just made it work. We used the kitchen. Fuck it. And then Sean got us his house. Boom. Now we got a pod studio.
That gets me emotional too, just the time. Like, wow, dude, we used to do it in a freaking kitchen. This is a lit. And then like, what's next after
Brandon.
this? It's like, I appreciate this too. And it's just like, the next thing I can only imagine is just leveling up, dude, with you and like something even better.
We just keep grinding, keep doing our thing. We never know what happens. I got my tattoo, Jobins. Oh boy, is it healing. But again, shout out Marcelo. If you guys don't know who Marcelo is, he is Sean O'Malley's tattoo artist, and he is just such a good fucking dude. One of the nicest guys you'll meet. He's been doing tattoos for so long, and he's got such a unique style. You definitely look at his art, and he could bring in paintings. I didn't even know he brought it in. And I'd be like, did Marcelo do that? Because he's just got a vibe to it.
Dude, he's a true artist for sure.
And you know what I learned? He's fucking colorblind in one eye. Yeah, and I'm like, that makes sense. I'm like, it makes sense. I thought that was crazy. I'm like, but it makes sense because his art and the way he uses colors is so unique, and that's because one fucking eye is colorblind.
Did you ask him like how that actually works with one eye? So if he has the one eye closed, it's colorblind, but if he has both of them, it like...
He was showing me because he had the blue waves on the computer screen, and then we had a grayed out blue one in my hands, and he goes, yeah, now see how this looks? This is how it looks to me. He's like, now if I close one eye and I kind of squint, I can kind of see the colors come out in that. I'm like, oh wow. He's like, that's why my yellows, I have so much yellows in my artwork. I'm like, and he says that's like gray to him. It's like a gray to him. And if you look at all of his art and all of his stuff in his fucking places, you're like, damn. Like, see, he uses yellow.
You have a very colorful and beautiful tattoo.
I know, dude. I have a straight fucking thigh sleeve. I almost have I have a half leg sleeve. Incredible.
And just because of how big you are too, how much ink's used, that's so funny.
Yeah, he told me, he's like, the amount of ink I used on your leg would cover an entire person's arm.
Yeah, maybe 2 of my arms.
Yeah. But he moved, guys. If anyone's from the gym, you're wondering why Marcelo's little tattoo shop ain't by the gym anymore. Sean had his clothes merch shop in there, and it was Sean's merch, Danny's hair, and in the back Art's tattoo thing, which is a pretty clutch fucking setup. Honestly, it was pretty sick. The only problem is our location. But I think as word gets out and time goes on and we keep making that plaza better and better, it'll just, because we're growing, but it's just a kind of a shite location.
Yeah, we're
kind of in the middle of nowhere. Not really. It's kind of hard to be found. It's a big giant mall plaza. That's probably the worst thing. But yeah, Sean had to get rid of his thing. They got some plans. I don't know exactly. It's with him and Warlike and all them guys. They're building up something. But they had to move, unfortunately. And Marcelo moved after that happened. And so now he's all the way out in Mesa. And dude, driving all the way out to Mesa, it was like an hour drive for me from here. But it was so peaceful and calm out there. It felt like our area, but our area is busier.
Yeah, like smaller town vibe.
Dude, Jobins, just in the 3 years that me and Brendan have lived out here, they've built massive neighborhoods around us. Massive. Yeah. And it's just gotten so busy. It was so peaceful and calm out by Marcelo. It was quiet. Big ass neighborhood and just dead quiet. I'm like, damn, this is nice. And he's got it in his garage. It's just gangster. Marcelo's
So is he going to stay at that location?
Yep. Yeah. He got into a car accident and he used to come to the gym all the time. Thank God he's okay.
Yeah.
I know. Car accidents just suck, dude. You just never fucking know. So, got in a little car accident, got a little banged up, but he's good. And he's going to start being back at the gym. But Marcelo, I love you, brother. Jobins, I posted my photos of my tattoo on my IG and my Snapchat if you want to go check it out. Definitely got to go. If you're ever in Arizona and you're like, man, I want to get a tattoo by this guy, definitely call him, plan it when you're planning your trip. And anyone out here in AZ, go give him a follow and call because he does incredible work.
Did he take a picture of your tattoo so he has it in like his book? Because that's, dude, honestly, just looking at your stuff was a good advertisement.
Oh, dude, this is an art piece. I have an art piece on my leg. What happened with Brendan? Is Brendan going to get any tattoos one day? Remember when you wanted to get an eagle tat on your neck?
I did. When we went to Lake Tahoe and I had a fake tattoo of an eagle and I was like, wow, this actually looks pretty badass.
Right?
And then
What happened to that?
it's just like my mind changes so much that it would be like I'd feel like I'd regret getting whatever tattoo I get after like a month or two. And I'd be like, well, I wish I would have got this.
So your mind changes all the time. What does that mean? So 1 week you're gothic, 1 week you're hip hop?
Dude, yeah, sometimes I'm jamming to Lil Peep and Suicide Boys, and the next I'm listening to like freaking 80s music or something.
Oh, dude.
Or like some country. I just switch up, dude.
Lately, some good classics have been hitting. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I will be waiting. Yeah, dude. Like,
Sydney goes hard.
what happened with music? What happened?
Dude, your music's still good because then you put me on the Lil Baby again.
His new album's fire. Mac Miller's new album is fire, but it's very hard to listen to. It's very sad. It's very
Well, my boy Brendan at the bank that I work at, he's a huge Mac Miller fan, and he said all those songs he's already heard before.
I'm sure
on the Mac Miller one.
Yeah, I'm sure. There's so much music leaked out there. Like, I have so many Suicide Boys songs that aren't really released. You just gotta dig.
Yeah, and I still be jamming out to Juice WRLD too, dude.
Juice WRLD's album was fire. It's just tough, man. Anytime those guys' albums that come out after they have passed, you just never know what their true vision was of something or what would have been kept on the shelf.
Dude, I'm using commitment on a tattoo as an excuse, but at the end of the day, maybe I'm just a little scared. I'm like, man, it's like big bro Ricky says it's painful sometimes, and he's dealing with it, and his pain tolerance is a lot higher than mine. I'm like, oh, I don't want to be a little bitch at the tattoo parlor.
Apparently, I have high pain tolerance, as told by Marcelo. This was my fourth session on my leg. It was about 4 hours for the devil and my dad's name in the clouds. And then it was my first ever 7-hour session when I got the outline of the octopus and there was some color. It was like some blue and red, right? And then it was another 7 hours to get the coloring of the octopus and everything to make it all look. And then this was my third 7-hour. And this was all waves, colors. He did such an incredible job.
It's cool to think I see anyone that has like as many tattoos as you or more, it's like, man, I know they were at the tattoo shop for a minute.
Oh, yeah, that's what I think too. Yeah.
And then it's like MGK, Machine Gun Kelly, having like a full body, and he had that dude do it for like 3 days or whatever. How much money did he spend for that? So that's crazy.
And when layers is real. It's real. I'm like, oh no, and you already got the tattoo. What does it matter if you get a tattoo over a tattoo? Nope, it's real.
What do you mean? But like it feels
it's more sensitive. Yeah, it just becomes more sensitive because it's scar tissue. You know what I mean? Essentially, just burned your skin. Damn. But dude, Jobins, I'm a sick fuck. I fell asleep 3 times yesterday while he was tattooing me. And I'd wake up and I'd be like, oh, I think I went, because he'd be timing for a break. And I'd be like, I think I went out. And he's like, oh yeah, no, you went out. Either I jump or snooze or snore or something, you know? But some parts are just super relaxing to me. I don't know what it is. Tension's been high in Schmidt's life lately with a lot of things. So I needed to feel something. And it made me feel something. I felt good. And like, it's so beautiful. I just love tattoos so much.
It is beautiful. Your tattoo is beautiful, man.
Marcelo's going to be my only guy. I'll get random little tattoos maybe because I want, those like random sleeve tats that people have like on their legs and arms where it's just kind of random shit in different spots. I kind of want my right leg to be like that because it kind of already is.
Yeah, you got a few miscellaneous tattoos.
Right? And something about that, I don't know.
Maybe one day I'll get it. It's probably not, though. I don't think
you should just, what you do? My advice to anyone who's wanting a tattoo, never get a big tattoo as your first tattoo. Look at my first ever tattoo. Jobin. My first ever tattoo was Jobin on top of my knee, where it's hidden by shorts. And once I got that little tattoo, for the first time, I was looking at it and I'm like, holy fuck. And the guy did a horrible job. Because see how like... you see how that's not raised? See how that's not raised? Sorry that you can't see it, Jonas. This was completely raised. It was like fucking... And I could like peel it. You know what I mean? Just could tell it was done really shitty. But when I got that done and we all had our tattoos, it was me, Sean, JX, Perp, and Sono, and me. Fuck you, Warlike. You pussed out and didn't get a Jobin tat. Tim still hasn't got one. You should get a Jobin tat for your first tat. That'd be pretty sick.
That's fair.
You're a Jobin.
That's fair.
And you should just get it somewhere small and little that you'd like.
Dude, I feel like 100% I am a Jobin. Dude, I say Jobin
You know,
all
it'd
the
be kind
time.
of sick if you got it right somewhere on your rib where it looked good.
Dude, yeah, I already was telling you how I'm nervous about freaking pain sensitivity, Jobins, and then you're telling me to get it on my
Knock out
ribs.
the most painful one first. Get it in the rib. Be like, yeah, my first one was my rib. It hurt like hell.
Yeah, what would be better than the neck? Because then that's always visible all the time.
Yeah. Some people tap out. You know, you get fatigued when you hit a certain hour with tattooing.
Mm-hmm. What do you think that's true?
Oh yeah, I think
You've passed out a few times, huh?
Not passed out from tattooing.
Fell asleep.
Falling asleep. Yeah, but I think you do. My threshold's probably about a little over 7 hours, and then I'm like, okay, I'm kind of getting done.
Damn.
Some people get put to sleep for a tattoo.
That's a little too much. I don't like the idea of being put. Well, if you trust the person, though.
I just can't stop looking at my leg. It sucks. It's wintertime and it's cold. I'm gonna be cold for a while because I'm just gonna be wearing shorts.
Oh, dude,
I can't wait to show everyone at the gym. They're all gonna freak out. It's just so lit.
I'm cold right now.
I
honestly,
love it,
bro. I do love it over summertime. That was a grueling summer, so I'll take the winter. I'm not gonna complain like I did last year.
Fucking we're gonna do a poker tournament on Saturday. At Sean's. I think he's getting a legit poker table, which I'm pretty excited about because I've always wanted that. I've always grown up. I grew up playing poker with my family. Did you?
Yeah, I played poker when I came back to St. Louis in November for my grandma's because she was in hospice and everything. My aunt passed away. But yeah, I was with family and we played some poker.
Remember growing up, you know, grandma had their tin. You'd hold on to their tins with their winnings so that when it came to holiday times, you take out their tins. Everyone got their tins, and they had their chain. You weren't like that. It wasn't that.
My dad's the house. He's got the whole thing of change, and he says, "All right, who's gonna pay me $5 for the 5?"
That's fire too. That's sick.
Yeah. So
see, I'm sure everyone's got their own little ways of how they dealt with poker in the family. Just taking grandma's money. My favorite thing was anytime I'd play poker with a new group of people, whether it was someone's family, girlfriend's family, you act like you don't know what you're doing. And you just take all their money.
So a hustle, huh? Wait, that's pretty messed up, bro.
I'm coming in hot for this tournament against Sean and Morlike and everybody. It's time to step up. Show up, or you know what I mean?
You haven't been hustling them, though, because you've probably been talking big game about the poker.
I haven't really talked big game.
No.
I'm just confident in myself. I know what I'm doing. I just got to play smart and be focused.
When you say poker, is it just Texas Hold'em like we'd
Hold'em,
always play?
Yeah. They can play whatever game they want to play. I'm down. Whatever they want.
Damn.
But yeah, I love Texas Hold'em. And I'm going to sit down. It's going to be serious. Everyone's going to be wearing shades. I'm already going to call it. We're all going to be sitting down. I'm wearing a wig. I'm coming in full. I'm coming in for the number one spot, Jobins, because we've never played poker together. None of us. And that's like my dad would do it with his buddies. They had an annual poker night. It was like the week after Christmas or some shit. Or a week before.
Damn.
Remember
Every
that?
year?
Every year. And he'd get home late. And then I'd talk to him the next morning, or sometimes I'd be up for it. I'd be like, what'd you win? Sometimes you're like, oh, I lost it all. And you're like, oh, I won big this time. I'm up a couple hundred. I'm like, damn, good shit.
You trying to stamp this one, make it an annual thing?
Oh, yeah, no.
Once a year?
I got a point to prove. I have to really be focused up, Jobins. Because I don't know what to expect from these guys. I don't know really how good everyone is.
Yeah, and when you play with someone enough times and you kind of know their bluffing and how they work, because a lot of the times, Jobins, I like to just identify who I believe is bluffing and then call them. And sometimes that screws me.
I'm like Doctor Strange when it comes to fucking sitting there at poker. Fucking mathematical equations running through my head. Trying not, and you know, there's a lot. It's a lot.
And you know what I do, Jobins? I smile every time.
Yep.
I don't want those damn glasses. I want you to see me smiling, all smirks, and like, oh, he must have a good hand, or he's bluffing. Guess what? I smirk every time, even when I have a good or bad hand.
If I'm not visual, or if I'm not charismatic, or whatever, emotional, how can you tell anything?
Two methods.
It's a mental game. It's a mental game. It's also, you know what I mean? Do you guys play poker? Let us know.
Well, you know what? War seems like the kind of guy that would fold when he's first, and you could check.
What if this turned into like a thing? You know what I mean? Where it was like a poker channel like some kind of poker content where we all did poker tournaments, and then we can get other people to get involved too.
What happened to I feel like poker is probably more popular than it's ever been. But what about like the televised, like the World Series of Poker
We just don't watch
2004?
it.
You know, like the
don't watch it.
Xbox games they used to have with that stuff. You create your own character and shit.
That was fun.
Well, I was talking to my brother about that when I was back home,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Those games were crazy."
They were, dude. Growing up, those
What?
games were the best. We would all play each other, and you'd see your money.
Yeah,
It was lit. I'm sure they're still there. We just don't do it. I'm sure there's got to be out there.
Dude, you know how cool a game like that would be now, and you got the Nelk Boys in it, or you got like Steve will do it as a playable character,
Right.
or someone you play against.
Be fire.
It'd be cool.
We could do it. It could be done. Jobins, I'm about fucking done with these HOA people. We need to make a movie. It's time to make a movie. We have a thing now. Shout out Mom O'Malley. She's such a legend. She deals with so much. She's got to do with so much. And we're now at the point with this house where we've got all the boxes checked for this damn HOA. But they just never stop. It just never stops. Now there's a big voting throughout the neighborhood. Will cars be allowed to park on the street or not? Because damn it, if we don't want no cars on the street.
I know, dude. What the hell?
It's so stupid.
And you know what? Because I was so pissed, Jobins, when you told me this news that I looked up some stuff about HOAs. Maricopa County, Arizona, the biggest county in Arizona, covers Phoenix. 330 people lost their homes to HOA foreclosures in 2016. That's the most recent data they have. It's probably even higher if they were to do it today.
They're making money off that for sure.
You know how they foreclose on you? They just say that you are behind on your dues, and they have every right to foreclose on you.
But what if you're not behind on your dues?
Well, then they wouldn't be able to. You have to be
Behind-
they have to
yeah.
have a record of you not. Just
Okay,
like,
if you're behind on your dues, then maybe you.
how could you be behind on your dues by having your car parked out there and you have a 4-person family and then they're charging you every time that your children
Gotta
need to
paint.
park in here too?
Oh, and it's been 4 years. You need to repaint your house.
Yeah, 11
You're
plans.
right.
Dude, they're trying to HOA
right.
find the hell out of people that can't afford it.
And they're making
That's
money.
what's going to happen.
I know, and I get wanting to protect the neighborhood from rowdy kids. I get it. And people who don't maintain shit. And you want to keep a neighborhood nice. But there should be some kind of a line because these motherfuckers are crossing the line.
Dude, for sure. You got to take into account there's families out, multi-generational households where it's like grandparents, parents, the kids.
And you know what pisses me off about Arizona? They're so like uppity. It's like these are the widest streets in a neighborhood. Go to the streets of MO, baby. Go to St. Louis and let's see the difference between gaps. Because in St. Louis, you can't even park 2 cars on the same side or a car can't get through. You know what I mean? These motherfucking streets we got in our neighborhoods, we could park 4 cars. You know what I mean? Right
Dude,
next
it's
to each
this
other.
area that we live in, like this retirement area
Yeah.
and these entitled a-holes.
For real. What's her name?
Oh, I won't say the name.
Yeah, we probably
I
shouldn't.
found the
but I
person
want
that's
to.
managing it.
We got her. We got her, Jobins.
Get the rights.
We got you, bitch. Oh, bitch, we got you.
No, we ain't gonna do nothing.
I seen your face, bitch.
I hope that doesn't go into effect.
I know, we got to vote no. If we vote no, it can't change. It'll change to where we can vote to cars. Because apparently, right now, we're not allowed to park cars on the streets. I see fucking cars everywhere. And when I drive by a car parked in the street, do I give a fuck? No.
HOA dues on top of all. You know what the average mortgage is? You know what the average price is per month?
Don't make me call the Ouija.
It's like 25 to 4,000.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Bro, HOA.
and then you want to throw these dues on it too.
Well, BlackRock's going to be the big HOA here pretty soon. So, that's when it's going to be a bitch.
Yeah.
So, we got to enjoy these times while we can.
Hey, dude, things are changing. It's crazy.
Let us know. Do you guys live in an HOA? Have you ever had to deal with an HOA? Because I never dealt with HOAs until I moved out to AZ. We didn't have an HOA in our neighborhood. And our neighborhood was lit. It was safe. Everyone had big backyards. Pretty big backyards. Everyone cares about it. It's like you don't need an HOA to care about your fucking neighborhood and your neighbors. Fucking Debbie's got to go down.
Yeah, dude.
That's not her name.
AZ's different, man.
It is.
It's different in Missouri.
It is. It's Inauguration Day, Jobins. Trump has already been sworn in. We got a new president. And I forget, did you write down it by chance who the last president sworn in when they were formerly a president, lost, and then sworn in again by the current?
No, I didn't. I did not write down
forget
who
who
that
it was.
It was probably a while ago.
It was
That's not a very common thing.
I know. It was a long time ago. I'm forgetting off the top of my head.
Dude, he's coming in as the 47th president, and this is the 60th inauguration. So it's like, how many people have been reelected,
Yep.
you know, to where they don't have 60 presidents at least?
It was weird. I don't know how to describe it, guys, but it was just kind of weird watching Trump and his wife walk up to Biden and his wife and shake hands and do their thing. It was like, whoa, this is weird. Never in my life have I ever had this feeling of a new president, even though he's not new, former president.
Well, I just feel like there's so many outside forces that play into effect in the election process and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I used to just wholeheartedly trust the system and be like, Obama's the guy. And
everyone turned off.
No, but seriously, like, there's just been a change in the discourse. It's like, who do you trust nowadays?
We are definitely in that time period where we all know that the fucking government's been lying to us. That's why I'm very interested. It's very interesting to see what Donald Trump releases. He's saying he's going to release a lot of things, Jobins, but we'll fucking see.
Well, he's releasing meme coins already. It's like there's some controversy already just starting off.
Are we dumb for not flipping these coins? Or is there going to be some kind of thing involved with that? Like bad in the future?
There's no legal ramification. Dude, Trump's a smart businessman.
So we should just be flipping these coins. We should be on there at night.
Well, 80% of the Trump meme coin is owned by him and his team. The other 10% sellable for the public, and then another 10% for liquidity if people are trying to sell out. Once that 80% sells, it's going to be bad for everybody.
Tommy knows a lot of stuff. JoJo has been learning from him, right? There's a couple other guys that really are all together talking about it. I'm literally watching JoJo flip his money.
Yeah, dude.
Like literally, he started with 100, boom, 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 and he just keeps flipping it by making the right choices, waiting to give out. And these are like pennies. It's like
these are young people you're talking about too, investing like in a new way.
Kids are doing it right now,
bro. It's gonna have to crash at some point. I hope all of our boys make it out unscathed, but at some point, it's gonna be like we can't just keep paying out. Like,
it's weird how like we just watched Trump do this right before he's been sworn in with the coin.
Mm-hmm.
Never in history has something like that been so public, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like right in our face. Like look at this, right in our face. Like usually it's kind of, I feel like behind.
We got CoffeeZilla reporting on this.
Yeah, the day before. You know what I mean? So that's kind of weird. There's a lot of weird things happening right now. It's gonna be a very exciting 4 years, Jobins. I'm very excited. I just wish that we weren't so fucking divided. We're the most divided ever, and I wish our country would just come to fucking together.
Dude, agreed.
Stop hating each other over fucking... We're all dumb. If you think you're smarter than us, well, guess what? You might be, but you're still dumb. It's just the truth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, until we all realize, hey, we're all smart and retarded at the same time. Sorry. Let's just come together so we can actually make some fucking changes. Mm-hmm. Some good changes.
Yep.
God damn it.
I hope the world doesn't burn down. We all got this together. Let's love each other. It's going to be a great...
The LA fires are fucked. That whole thing's fucked.
Dude, 100 plus mile per hour winds is crazy.
Newsom? Is that his name?
Yeah. Yeah, Governor Newsom.
Yep. Something needs to happen to that guy.
Dude, I was watching another video, and we have way less need. We still have wildfires and stuff that could happen. Of course, in Arizona, we have more funding with our fire department than the state of California.
Just watching all the videos, and I'm just looking around like, dude, can you imagine 100-mile winds, fire, everything just engulfed? And then they were talking about how like fire. I've never even thought about this, guys, but apparently, you know how like your car, like it makes sense, right? Mm-hmm. Your AC unit, you know how cars like breathe in the air as they come in. It's like a flow.
Yeah.
Well, that's how fire is. So like the fire would come in through the car and burn you inside your car alive. Fuck that. You think you're safe in your car, right? You think you're safe and you're like, oh my God, I'm panicking. I'm trying to get out of this road and everything's on fire. That fire is going to fucking seep in. That's terrifying.
I don't even... I'm at a loss for words with that shit, dude. It's just like so freaking sad.
And then watching these videos of the people talking about how they're supposed to do all this shit to rebuild, get people their money. People are still paying their fucking mortgage without having you're a homeless person paying for mortgage, and then you're going to have to wait a few years for things to go through to get your money back to even have money to build a house. So it's like, do you rebuild? It's like LA's fucked.
How do you get insurance in the state of California? How do you get insurance in the state of California when the insurance companies are pulling out?
If we don't
not even doing any policies.
If we don't wake up from that, what's going to wake us up, bro?
Dude, honestly, it's like the only thing that people can do. You cannot blame the insurance companies for not wanting to stay in a state where that many natural disasters happen. Also in Florida, it's the same way. A lot of those big insurance companies, they're pulling out because they can't pay out that many people that get their homes destroyed.
That's why it's like, I wish there'd be a president. It sucks because it's too late, right? We already built homes on the coasts. But it's like, you know how we protected national parks? I feel like the coasts should have been protected. Because if we're building in places, erosion, fires happen, earthquakes, and shit just always gets fucked up in these areas, why are we building on it? Look at that. They were doing a fucking grid of every house. It was like 5, 6, 7, 8 million for each one of these houses. You know what I mean? In these places that's just not smart to build in.
But it's just like,
because it's beautiful,
dude. We had I can never take for granted us growing up in the Midwest, honestly. But it just scares me to think like that picture's gonna be gone too with that kind of issue. All those people from the coast got to live somewhere. The congestion in the center is gonna be crazy if that's the case.
Bro, what scares me? It's like, dude, we get big storms and shit, and it's like nothing ever really caught on fire where we live, but we have way more green and shit.
But our dryness isn't the same.
It's different.
It's because of how dry
it is
in California. And the winds on top of that, like catching a match.
Dude, fuck that.
That's why those states pull out, or that's why the insurance companies pull out. And then these people don't have their houses insured because who's going to write them a policy? It's crazy.
It's a chaos disaster fuck.
It's just like my best advice to anyone living in California dealing with those issues is, I guess, move. But then it's like, what if you have generations of families? Some people have lived their whole lives there, you know? Like, fudge.
Yeah, dude. It's a crazy, crazy world we are in, my man.
My prayers to everybody.
Thank God. You know, that's one of those things, man. It's like, man, we got all these things. Just remember to be grateful for what I got. I'm 32. This is why I try to tell myself jokes. I'm like, fuck, I'm 32. My health can be better. Let's work on health. Let's just work on being healthy. Be a good person. Work hard. And kind of just fucking do all you can. And that's all you can do. Right?
Yeah.
And keep learning. I think it's better, like, people need to learn. We all need to learn.
Yeah, and you know what else people need to do, including myself, is to look in the mirror sometimes and say, hey, there's improvements that need to be made here.
Yep. Oh, yeah, I look in the mirror, I'm going, fatty, what are you going to do today to fucking improve? I've been doing really good. I'm proud of myself. And I've been working out now, Jobin's 3 weeks, right? And I'm to that point where, like, I feel good from it. And when you get to that point in your head when you do a cheat meal, we went over to Melakai's for the fights. They had pizza, they had all these things, and I came over with apples and fucking grapes and then a charcuterie board thing. So I'm trying to be healthy. All these motherfuckers, they got brownies, they got pizza, they got fucking nachos, cheese, fucking just all the candy, bullet candy. And I even gave them shit. I'm like, boys, I mean, what if Tim came over right now and they saw all this? My God.
Poor Alex too, because he's cutting. So he's just looking. I'm eating in front of him.
I know.
I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. This is amazing.
I only stood strong for so long. It was probably like until like the Yuri fight. I said, fuck it. I'm going to eat a slice of pizza. And I ate a brownie. And I ate some candy. And God damn it, did I feel guilty. But that's where I'm at right now. And that's such a good place to be at. Like, I felt guilty eating that. And I focused on how I felt after I ate it. And I felt like shit, didn't like it. You know what I mean? My body could already tell. Just in a couple weeks, your body can already tell that you're eating cleaner.
Yeah.
Steak, chicken, vegetables. That's all I'm trying to eat. Lots of water.
Dude, nice.
Coffee.
Yeah, back to water. I have my 64-ounce thing. I failed yesterday, so I got to step up.
You just feel better, guys, and it's just all about consistency. I'm not trying to focus on what I weigh, how much weight I'm pushing. As long as I'm pushing myself and I got my heart rate up and I'm sore and tired from after my workouts, and I stay consistent with it. And just stay consistent with eating good. That's all I'm worried about. Consistency. It's been a good year so far.
Nice. Dude, that's what's up.
Yeah. Did you see Connor linked with Jake Paul and Logan Paul?
I did. I saw Jake Paul, his post on X, and he was like, just with, and it was Connor behind him.
With their mom.
Yeah.
That's funny as hell, dude. It's cool because they've all had their beef, right? And now it was rumored that Logan and Conor are going to box each other. So it's like, what? I wonder if they're going to do a pod. Is a pod going to come out with them?
That's interesting. It's going to be Logan.
I thought it was.
It wouldn't be Jake.
No, I'm pretty sure it was Logan.
See, I feel like everyone would want to see Jake more.
Or was it Jake? No, was it Jake or Logan? Now I'm confusing myself. Pretty sure it was Logan, right, guys? Yeah.
Yeah, I believe you.
Yeah. Yeah.
What if he knocked Conor? Oh, dude, it's not going to happen. I don't know.
I just kind of, I hope they do a podcast. I think that'd be a pretty big pod if they got Conor on with them.
See, what is your thoughts on the Paul brothers boxing in general after the Mike Tyson boxing match? You know, that was kind of
down to watch.
Left a salty taste in a lot of people's
I'm down
mouths.
to watch Jake, whatever. Apparently he's going to be in, he's signed with someone. He's going to be in MMA. He's going to do an MMA fight. I don't know if that's 100% correct, Jobins, but it's what I think is rumored, which would be pretty cool.
Nate Diaz.
What if he went out there and had a good, successful first debut for MMA?
I don't know.
If he did, I'm right back to who's next. I don't want to see who's next. Mm-hmm. So I know a lot of people hate it, but I'll be excited to see it if it happens.
That's so cool to just think like you're gonna go see the president get sworn in.
Oh, I know.
And you're with
Big
Conor
moment.
McGregor.
Right? Big moment today. It's a big moment today. And it's Martin Luther King Jr. Day on top of, yeah.
Yeah, rest in peace to Martin Luther King Jr. What a legend.
And then another thing. How many of you guys took a screenshot of this TikTok ban when we all went on our TikTok and we opened it up? Probably a lot of people.
I did.
I think, and that's one of those moments where I'm like, we all do things similar that we don't really realize how fucking much it is. Drives me crazy. There was another thing I had, but I was like, I lost it. But it just made me think, like, we do things as monkeys like that we don't really realize. And what kind of pissed me off about that is how everyone was freaking out over TikTok being gone, and then it's literally back within an hour. It was literally watching, like, Katie and Kyle fucking break up and then be back together.
That's scary, though, dude. That the demand for TikTok was so high that, like, they were like, no, screw what the government says. We got to do this now. The people are too upset.
Scares me, brother. And that's just TikTok. Let's do all social media, everything. Let's put everything out. What would happen?
Dude, if people cared as much about the other issues plaguing the country as they do with their freaking social media accessibility, maybe the country'd be a better place. That's what freaking sickens me about the whole. It makes me mad sometimes, dude. It's like we've pushed so much. Oh, TikTok, we got that resolved in what? Like 24 hours? Mm-hmm. If we had that same energy, America, for everyone else, like Bernie Mac, America, if we had that same energy for every other issue, shit would be better. Why are we focused so much on freaking social media use? Thank you, bro. Hit the bottle for me.
Right. You got me fired up.
That's crazy, though. It moved quick. I took a picture of the one, and then it's like, bam, it says, thank God for President. It says, thanks, President Trump.
It was probably a test, and we didn't even know it. It was an experiment. Fucking see what happens. I hate it. Sometimes I hate it. So, yeah, TikTok thing kind of annoyed me. UFC 311 recap. That was a big fucking night, guys. Huge night. Islam, like the adversity everyone's got to go through when a fight change like that. Dude hurt his back he got it the whole week done. Mm-hmm. And then right before the fight. That's like, it reminded me of the Tony Ferguson incident when he was getting ready to fight Khabib. Everyone's so excited. Oh my God. And then he fucking hurts himself walking away. Like, God. But that's how beautiful the sport is, right? No matter what, the UFC got the ball rolling. They made it happen. Mm-hmm. Islam's a fucking true champ. Don't matter who, where, when. He gets the job. He's showing up. When Islam's showing up, he's showing up.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. And the elephant in the room. Merab looked incredible. There's no doubt about that. Dude's got the most takedowns ever in the UFC. Beat GSP. His resume is incredible. How he's beat these people is incredible. I'm upset with the one with Sean. Off night for Sean. I still believe, Jobins. I believe it in my heart. Sean has the capabilities to knock out Merab.
100%.
100%. Was it a great night of showcasing how good you are with cardio? Incredible, consistent, just never stopping, pushing the pace, attacking whenever you can. When you have that on top of being tough. Because in order to keep pushing that, you got to be tough. You got to be able to take it.
And he beat a guy who's in the Dagestani camp.
Yep.
And those guys, dude, I was saying on the last pod, Joe, it's going to take like an evolution of the game to change.
Oh, yeah.
But he's kind of, they have very similar fight styles.
Yeah, a lot of people.
So it's like there still hasn't been an evolution in the game yet, as you can see.
Yeah, people were saying that the Georgian wrestling's the OG, it was more OG than the Dagestanian wrestling.
Really?
That's
See, I don't know anything about that.
People were like, this is what happens when the Georgians meet fucking Dagestanian wrestling. I'm like, okay, and we'll see.
Well, we should see some more then. If
we
that's
need to
the
see
case.
some more, yeah, because Merab's special, guys. He's special. He's able to keep. When he did that one takedown just to show, when it was like that real quick one just to show him, it's like, fuck, dude. But injuries. Umar had a broken hand. Now,
yeah, I saw that.
Now you can't discredit that to Merab's performance, because his performance, it's like everyone's got an injury. Injuries happen in a fight,
and you can't control it.
And people still win fights with broken hands. They can break their hand, win a fight, be like, yeah, I broke my hand, and you're like, oh fuck, you know. So broken hand don't change anything. Doesn't change the outcome at all.
Yeah.
That was super impressive from Merab. I'm very interested to see if they give Sean the rematch right away or what's going to happen. Evidently, I think it should. I want it. I want Sean to get the rematch. I want Sean healthy and prepared, which he's doing. He's been so fucking locked in on making sure he's healthy and doing the right things to level up. In Sean's head, he has to level up, and he's working hard at it. So
I think you're right, though. His fight style makes the most sense to pull for the card.
Yeah.
Just because those two guys were both wrestling. It's Umar got it beat by a unanimous decision. It's not like it was...
You can't call me biased, right? Because it looked like an off night for Sean inside of that fucking sphere. And again, you could credit Merab for making the fight like that, pushing the fight, making the fight his fight, whatever. But when we finally got to see Sean start getting comfortable and throwing things, it was hurting Merab. And this is the 5th round. So my boy Sean's got the cardio. He's got the smartness to make sure he keeps the cardio in the tank, right? It's just something, if we can get that 5th round into the 1st and 2nd and really hurt Merab, bro, I 100% believe Sean has the capabilities of knocking Merab out. And what makes that even more exciting, Jobins, is look at the resume Merab's built. It's almost like I'm glad Sean lost to him the way that he lost to him, because now this rematch is even bigger. And if Sean wins this rematch, it's even more fucking epic. Yeah. And people fucking boo Sean and they hate Sean because of how confident the kid is. You have to have that confidence in order to succeed in the sport.
Haters gonna hate, man, but our boy's here.
Yeah, and it's not like he crosses the line with cockiness. There's fighters that cross the line with cockiness. Sean don't do that. You know what I mean? He has fucking good confidence. So we get that confidence, we get that strong confidence, we level some things up, and we come in and we tighten some things out. 100% Merab, or Sean can knock out Merab.
100%, dude.
This in the fucking weight class is fucking stacked still, so that's a lot, and I can't wait to see what happens.
You know who needs some more work too? Honestly, Peyton Talbot.
Oh yeah.
That was crazy. I was expecting him to whoop that guy. He was a huge favorite.
Dude, all the undefeated fighters lost their O that night. There was 4 fighters on the card. Undefeated, they all lost.
That's crazy. And our boy, Carpenter, dude, he had a good fight. You know what?
Bro,
his jiu-jitsu, his rubber guard, he puts his leg up high. That's not easy, dude. Yeah. And he was elbowing, but...
And yeah, so Mr. Warlike thinks that he's just so right all the time, right? And I said that on the pod. It's like he was saying something. He was right on some. But there was a lot where he was super confident about and he's completely wrong, right? And that's just so beautiful about the sport. You just never know. A lot of people, he was saying that Carpenter was gonna get his ass whooped. There was a lot of people saying that. Dude, he was starting to get his ass beat, but then he made it a fight. That was a good fight. And that's a tough dude.
Those when they get those body locks, it's like, how do you sprawl a body lock like that?
Can you open your phone for me real quick and go to Safari? I want to go back to Merab real quick. Just because 100%. There was a stat. This is what's crazy, guys. This is what we got to beat, right?
It's crazy. Yeah.
This is what I want to see. So, for the Merab versus Umar fight, 142 strikes out of 293 for Merab, right? So that's a 48% landing. 142 strikes. 111 significant strikes. Now, Tim likes to make fun of this because it is funny how judges what is a significant strike.
Right.
There's times where it's like, that wasn't a significant strike. Significant is powerful, precise, stuns the other person, makes it something happen. 111, 42%. Now, this is what's crazy. The takedowns, 7 for 30.
That sounds kind of bad, doesn't it?
I know, but 30 takedown attempts on Umar Nurmagomedov against a guy who's like, these are two, you know what I mean? Umar had 2 for 15 takedowns.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's a lot. That is so fucking tiring. I can't even imagine.
Yeah, it is.
And Merab's out here tweeting that he can fight next week. He's ready to fight next week after that. That's what you got to beat, the machine, right? How do you beat that?
Dude, you know what? There's people that are just like Ricky Turquoise was like that. He kept coming in even though he was getting the shit kicked out of him.
You know how you beat that? Accuracy. Speed and accuracy.
It's just going to be a tough night at the office probably like 9 times out of 10.
I know, because that's an insane stat. It's the same thing. To be able to keep pushing that kind of pace. You know what I mean?
And it's like the ego. How do you crack him? How do you make it to where it's like he's human, just like the rest of us? This is a fight.
What I want to see Sean do is, because he was very stiff. He was very, it felt like he wasn't moving like he was in the first 4 rounds. You know, it felt like he was just right there. You know what I mean? Sean's so good at moving left, right, in and out. You got to do that. We got to make Merab want to push. Don't make Merab push the fight to where he can get the takedown anytime he wants.
And that's what it was, the problem, right? He's hopping around constantly, always threatening that he can do a takedown.
Yeah. And it's like, if we can just, I know that's so much harder.
Yeah, I'm like, what do you mean though, dude? How do you stop him from feinting a takedown? That's what would have saved the Japanese guy that fought.
Yeah.
He didn't threaten any takedowns. Look what happened to him.
Sometimes that pinpoint accuracy is all it takes. One good fucking pinpoint, bink, put the lights out.
Yeah, our boy could get it.
If you can stay out and dance and just add up the punches, ding, 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 and we can find a way to sprawl on those takedowns, because if you can get Merab to shoot from far away, it's these close encounters where he's getting people to strike, and then he's able to just dump them real quick when he's so in.
Dude, he's got ways to take you down from any distance, though, bro. And you were talking about sprawling. That was so 30 hard for Umar. How many do you think he's going to throw against Sean?
I know.
50 plus.
The beautiful one, there was one he had Umar exhausted up against the fence, and he had him from behind. He drops down and brought. That was a beautiful takedown. Yeah. That's beautiful. We got to stay away from those. we got to stay we got to stay away far away from this fucking little leprechaun. You know what I mean?
Ankle picks too. Dude, he's got long range things he can try to do too.
And he's good at, he believes in his chin. You know what I mean? He's coming in. He can take some shots. Fuck.
I do like the accuracy.
Good performance.
Accuracy of our boy. Body shots, right? Maybe just like take it out of his tank somehow. It's going to be tough.
Yeah. I'm not going to be a hater, Jobins. I'm outside. You know what I mean? If Sean wasn't part of my life, I'd be going, God damn, Merab's so good. He is so good. But I want my boy to be able to get him. It actually made it a little more exciting. I'm not going to lie. I just don't know who's next, right? I'm kind of in this little like, is Sean? I don't think Sean's going to get it. Is Sean going to get it? Does Sean want it? Does Sean want to fight before? I know he wants the rematch right away. You know what I mean?
For the American fan base, though, it would be so awesome to see Sean win, because it doesn't really like, oh yeah, Dagestani lost, but to a Georgian, and they're all in Eastern Europe like that. Oh, I just want to see somebody red, white, and blue. Let's go.
Who's doing good right now? Figgy?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, what if Merab doesn't want to wait for Sean? And he just takes that Figgy fight right away.
Someone did just beat
Figgy. Did they?
I can't think
Who
of...
am I thinking of that moved up that fucking...
Figgy was killing it moving up, but then he just lost to...
Who was it? We're blanking.
You might have to pull it up, dude. Figueiredo had a unanimous loss to somebody that's pretty good still.
Let's find out.
Yeah, let's find out.
37 years old.
Damn.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Figgy's no spring chicken.
24-4. Peter Yan.
Yeah, that's who it was.
Damn.
And then Peter Yan wants to. I think Peter Yan wants to fight Sean too, dude.
I'm sure Peter Yan would want the title shot right now. You know what I mean? He's 18-5. He's on a 2-fight losing streak. Last loss was to Merab, so it'd be, you know. Damn.
Merab schooled him too, though.
Poor dude, Peter was. This is how beautiful the sport is. Respect to Peter Yan. When you're that guy, you're up there with the greats. Every time you fight, you're fighting someone in the top 10. Dogs. And you're on a 3-fight losing streak. Aljamain Sterling, Sean O'Malley, and Merab. Though that's a pill to swallow. You know what I mean? That's a fucking pill to swallow.
Yeah.
And he comes back on a 2-win streak. Song Yadong and Figgy.
Both great fighters, too. Up-and-coming guys. Son Yadong, everyone was talking about.
Sean at the rematch with that. Do they give? There's so, who knows? Who fucking knows right now? Bantamweight division is fucking crazy. Yeah. I'm excited, though. I'm very excited. I'm excited because I see Sean excited. That's what makes me excited.
I feel like Sean's the only one that has the best chance of taking Merab out. Because if Peter Yan goes back out there, his stand-up is great. It is beautiful.
But we saw it already.
We saw it already.
We saw it already.
To where our boy, like you're saying, maybe he could work a little bit because of that movement, kind of fuck things up.
I'm not getting into conspiracy theories or anything. But me and Tim we were talking about it. It was funny. But people are saying there's mind control type things that go on in the spear. Because I'm telling you right now, if you talk to anyone that was in that spear that night, the vibes were weird. I went in there and it just felt weird. And I don't know what it was. Could have been the gigantic screen. Could have been a lot of things.
Once in a lifetime type deal, dude. We'll see when they do it again.
I truly believe those kinds of things can affect people without them really noticing or like wanting to admit that it did. Because we found that out when we had no crowd for COVID fights. You know what I mean? With the dead silence that was affecting people. The crowds can and by the way, that arena for Saturday, how lit was that? We gotta go to a fight there.
That would be,
It was sick. And I like how they're starting to do the lights more. You get those little wristbands and they flicker. That was cool, dude. That was sick. And they did a cool little thing for the firemen. I don't know. It was a good fight night. It kind of, I'm not gonna lie, sparked me back up.
It was it was a lot of fun. And shout out to Malachi for having a great party, dude, and hosting it.
Right?
That was a good time.
Yeah. Oh. And Yuri, dude. Yuri, hats off, man. Because what a fight. That was a fight. And Hill, his boxing, bro. He comes forward. He's fucking sharp. He knows how to box, and he's in your face, right? And you can hit him. You can hit him hard, and he's coming back just as hard. And for Yuri to go through all that he did to get that win, that was a good fucking win. And I just like Yuri. He goes into the fucking darkness, and he comes out. He shaved his head for cancer, donated money for cancer.
It's fire.
He's a good fucking dude. And again, more like made me fucking pick my parlay against him and made me fucking feel a certain way because of his yappy lips.
Yeah, I had Yuri, dude.
Yeah, I was one to believe. I was like, come on, Yuri. And he did it. That was a good fucking, that made me,
Did you see I just hope Jamal's okay. Dude, it was a good fight. You know, I don't think you should be too hard on yourself. Yuri's really good, but he was like crying after the fight a few times. And it's like, who's recording this? Come on. Let the guy cry.
Yeah. Dude, so much is put into these fighters, into the camps.
Yeah.
Everyday battles that you do for so long. And you're thinking stuff every day. Every day you're playing something in your head. What if it goes this? What if it does this? What if I do that? What if I do that? And then when it finally happens, you know, that's a lot. It's a lot. These are grown men athletes crying. You know what I mean? It takes a lot for these guys to cry, especially in front of people.
Just shows how dedicated they are to their craft, you know?
Yeah. I ain't never seen Sean cry in front of me. But I've watched him cry in the octagon. You know what I mean? Made me cry.
Going, hell yeah, dude. I don't like seeing any of these guys cry.
I know. Sure. Even if Hill's kind of with me. You know what I mean? I'm like, Hill, I don't know about you anymore. But again, you see that and you go, damn it.
They all get emotional and they say things.
He's human too, right? And
exactly.
When you're a fighter, you believe you're the top dog. And you're like, fuck you, motherfucker, I'm the top dog. So at the end of the day, I'm like, can I be mad at Hill for going to chase Pereira in a gym, wanting to fight him, and then Pereira's like, okay, I'll fight you, and he's like, no.
Dude, just like all the shit talk you've even had with Merab and everything, it's like at the end of the day, dude, we're still respectful to the fighters, man.
Oh, I know. It is funny, like, when I think about it. Like, you said that during the fights. I'm like, he did want to kill me. Like, he was getting pulled off the cage, right, after he won his... He's like, motherfucker, let go of me! And he's, like, yelling at the guys for holding on to him. And it replayed in my head because he was like, you motherfucker! When he said it to me when he was coming at me. Which kind of okay, Jobins. I know it's disrespectful at a level, right? The only reason I do this is because I'm more like it's my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And like shit talk and just like all that. Now I'm never super disrespectful.
No, dude,
I
never anything about family or anything.
I've never crossed lines or anything. It's fun shit talk. You're coming for my friend. Yeah, I went face to face with Merab and Aljo, but I like. It's just fun. It was supposed to be fun shit talk. You know what I mean? I know they can kick my ass.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's not right for me to do that. They're the fighters. They're the athletes. But it's war. You know what I mean?
And what's another aspect of war? The mental game.
Mental game. And if I can help my friend win a little bit because I said something or did something, I'm going to have to. I got to do it. I got an obligation.
And it's not like people don't be throwing insults at our boy or be trying to
Yeah.
attack his mental game all the time. And he's on top of it.
And let it be known that there is respect. Merab and me talk shit back and forth in DMs, but there was at the end of the day there was always respect. You know what I mean? Because I don't wish harm on these guys.
No.
And the thing that sucks is I know they hate, like Aljo hates me, and it's crazy because before Sean in my life, I was a big fan of Aljo. I still am. I'm a fan of every athlete in this sport.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I remember being in Lake Tahoe for the first time watching Aljo fight. And I'm like, come on, Aljo, let's get it. And he got it done. I was like, fuck yeah. And just being such a fan of him. And now sometimes I'm like, damn, that motherfucker hates me. You know what I mean? Like, and little does he know all the shit, like all the times I was rooting for him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, Sean got you. You know, your teammate got Sean. Let's run it back. You know, we got war. But even at the end of the day, no matter what, however all this plays out, I'll always be cordial and respect them.
Yeah, dude, for sure. You're always like, have always been like that. So anyone that thinks different, it's just like, nah, dude, we just talk shit.
Am I going to try and talk shit again too? And I put my, maybe I'm going to get my ass beat one day. You know, it might happen. I'm not trying to. Because again, I'm just trying to make it fun. More exciting. But some people could really be like, man, Schmidt, you're fucking dumb for fucking with these fighters. Like Patty. Patty just choked out this guy and you ruffled.
He did. You know what, Joe? I only get half the story. So apparently they said no taps before.
Uh-huh.
And then so when I see him tapping and Patty doesn't let go, I'm like, dude, you got to respect the tap.
Yeah.
But I guess they already said that agreement. That's kind of like a bitch.
And like sometimes like I've seen some of our friends do it. They kind of just give them a little extra just so they kind of get a little panicky. It's just a thing.
Yeah.
But that's what would happen to me. They'd get me.
But a lot of people are like, dude, you were supposed to fight Ilya. You're supposed to fight these top guys, and you're going to gyms fighting people that aren't even
right.
Like, and then they're still kind of doing decent on stand-up.
Patty was talking shit on Renato, saying he's like, you tapped in 2 seconds, you bitch. Blah blah blah. You'll never get another title shot. That was your only title shot. And it's like, damn. But that was it was deep, dude. That was one of those terrifying chokes. Mm-hmm. When you get in those terrifying chokes, it's so scary. That's your natural instinct tapping right there because of how terrifying it is.
I like Moicano too. I really do. I like how his political views and how he just is outspoken. Yeah. But I knew he was.
Hey, he went out there and gave Islam a good punch.
Yeah, but
he woke Islam up. Said, "Oh shit!"
I said, "There's got to be an evolution in the game." Yep. Doesn't happen.
Hey man, day's notice, and you're going up against Islam, and he went out like that. I'm proud of the guy.
And then I get what you're saying that it's short notice, so it does make it hard. But it's short notice against a guy who has the same game plan every time.
Oh.
So it's like, yeah, it's short notice, but you know what he's gonna do.
And right, yeah, I get that. It was just a good fucking night of fights. I was really glad. Guess what? Moicano got paid more than Islam. How crazy is that?
That is crazy. That is wild.
$250,000 for short notice fight, while Islam got paid $200,000. Now, Moicano got the $250 without win bonus. So even if so I don't know if Islam got the win bonus, making it more. But when I saw that, I was like, damn, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
that's actually crazy though. How does short notice and you're paying him more than the champ? Has that happened? Jamie, pull it up. Because maybe it has. I'm just forgetting. It's been a long time if it has.
Who's next in that weight class?
Fuck.
In lightweight, right? I'm like, who's going to fight Islam next?
Taporia's calling him out.
That, dude, Topuria has looked crazy good though.
Topuria wants to go up and fight him.
I'm so sad. It's just like, dude, he took out Max Holloway was going to be one of my favorite fighters of all time, and then he just
no matter what. I just want Max to be okay.
Can we give Ilya the BMF belt right now? He kind of earned it.
When I think of size of Topuria versus Islam, in my head I'm like, Islam's way bigger, right? We got to look on height.
Is he?
Is he?
I got to look that up. I don't think, dude, I feel like they would actually be pretty close.
If they're pretty similar in size, I'd be a little more excited for the fight. Because in my head, I feel like Islam's bigger.
Here we go. I'm pulling up Ilya right now. He's 5'7", so he is still
5'6".
Dude, isn't that weird? He's my brother's height.
There is no way Islam shadows over him.
I think you might be right. Let's see.
This poster, by the way, is sick. Shout out Sean again getting this poster for us in Abu Dhabi. What is it?
He would
tower over
5'10".
5'10".
He's essentially an inch shorter than our boy. Like,
yeah.
Islam's actually, I know not Ilya's pretty short actually.
Yeah, dude.
At 5'7".
That's what I'm like. How would a guy like that stop Islam's takedowns?
Dude, Ilya's a mixed martial artist. He's good everywhere. When I say evolution of the game, that'd be like the closest person I can point out right now.
I just don't know how I feel that for that fight for Ilya. Big balls for him for saying that he wants it. Because I think they're buddies too at the same time. I think they've been cordial with each other. They got photos and shit.
He might not want that fight.
I know. I'm like,
because of the size.
But then again, that's that belief. When you really believe in yourself and you're confident. What if he made it happen? What would we be sitting here saying if Topuria knocks out Islam? It would be nuts.
That would be you might have to put him on your Mount Rushmore.
Right?
If he did that.
Well,
no, seriously.
I think Mount Rushmore shouldn't. I think it's like generational. We can't keep establishing a Mount Rushmore as the game evolves.
Well, some people get replaced.
I think there's generational Mount Rushmores. I think in this time,
I can respect that.
Yeah, this time period was this Mount Rushmore. Now we're in this Mount Rushmore, and John Jones has been on it for a while.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. John Jones has been on it the whole time.
He's been on the Mount Rushmore for a while. So, yeah,
you got a good point.
Yeah.
But on today's, if he did that today, man, I'd put him up there.
And then Islam passes John Jones as the number 1 pound for pound. Pretty crazy, which I agree, right? He's defending it more. He's more active. If John Jones was back on that John Jones tear and he's just knocking all these heavyweights out, I would be like, well, no.
I'm still coasting off that last one he had. That was still fire.
It was big, but I'm already like, dude.
And you were all...
I know.
He butchered him.
He did.
We should have... I mean, a lot of people saw it coming, and then I hope he fights Tom Aspinall. I feel like that's what everybody wants.
That's what we all want. Who's to know what's going to happen with that? DC and Chael Sonnen, Ultimate Fighter coaches. What do you think about this one?
That is awesome. Dude, both those guys are good talkers, too.
I know. I hope it's fun. It's welterweights and flyweights.
And they're both, like, wrestling coaches.
The bad guys versus the good guys.
So it's like, I like to see how they talk to each other about their wrestling and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, Chael and DC are going to have some fun moments. I just want the Ultimate Fighter to go back to how it was, guys. The Ultimate Fighter used to be so much fun. You'd be more involved. I want OG Ultimate Fighter.
They're not current roster either. You know, they don't fight. So it's kind of weird that they are coaches.
I know. I respect it.
I mean, I'm almost kind of a little concerned because of their fighting styles. What if they're like just get along the whole time? It's best when they are fired up and hated. Rampage Jackson versus
John Jones versus
Rashad.
Team Jones and Team Aspinall right now would have been insane.
Way better. Now that
100%.
you just said that, I actually hate this original idea now.
Well, that's because
Damn,
we
that
don't
would've
always
been
get what
good.
we want.
What?
Unfortunately, I don't always get. This is Chael Sonnen's 3rd time.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Remember, he had that classic moment against Wanderlei Silva. He's like, "Can't let you get too close."
Yeah.
So,
Dude, Wanderlei Silva is he's one of those guys that terrifies me just looking at him.
I could see him breaking DC's stoicism though.
Oh, yeah.
DC's stoicism. I don't know if it's there. Chael is.
Ugh. All right. Oh, yeah, dude. Fuck, there's just so much to talk about. I kind of got to take a pee break real quick.
Really?
Yeah. Will you tell the Jobins a story of something off the top of your head while I go on a pee break?
Yeah, 100%, bro.
that.
I got
Be right back,
something
Jobins.
really good here, Jobins. It's related to the TikTok ban because I use CapCut, Jobins, for all my videos that I do on my separate channel, The Brendan Show, and like it's banned now. So I have to find a new editing app on my phone because I do want to get back into those videos and be a bit more consistent and make some more cooking videos too. And then I was also talking with Schmitty because we had a good discussion, guys, and it has to do with morning routines because he woke me up in the morning and I was already super defensive because he's like, dude, I could film your room right now on like a hoarder's thing or something. I forget exactly what it was, but it was just pointing out the messiness of my room. And then I was like, oh, well, and then, coming up with excuses on why it's not clean today. Oh, I had this, and this to do. But it's like at the end of the day, and I say at the end of the day a lot, sorry. But just to wrap it all up, it's like, man, I could have better morning routines. That's the advice that he gave me. And it's like, don't make excuses. Prioritize the things that matter that are in front of you, I would say. And that's advice to myself. And if that advice can translate over to the Jobins, that's cool too. But it was like, morning routine. So I'm trying to get up earlier too, because my routine right now, Jobins, it's like I wake up, take a shower, and I'm pretty much out the door. And I try to get my gi and stuff for jiu-jitsu because it's right after work. I work a 9 to 5, so it gets pretty. And then like the stress with work too can get me sometimes. But I think we had a good discussion about morning routines, and obviously I still need to work on it. But I am trying to get there. Consistency is key, so I can't make any excuses for how busy I was the day before or the things that I had to get done. What's important is to keep a clean room too. Just like my dad would always say, cleanliness is next to godliness. And I think the stress at work, because it's sales and everything and all the pressures of like, the engagement with my beautiful woman that I love, all these other things that are life pressures have like been an excuse, for me to not just clean my room. So don't make any excuses, I would say, guys. That's my own advice to myself. And that came all from CapCut being banned because I wanted to talk about getting back into editing too. And hopefully we get CapCut back. I know that Mr. Beast was saying that he might get TikTok. If Mr. Beast bought TikTok, I kind of scary because I always talk a lot of shit on him just because he concerns me sometimes with how I feel like he exploits poor people and everything, but also maybe he's a net good, maybe so. So if he gets TikTok and it turns out well and he can get CapCut back for me, that'd be great. And I'd say, thanks, Mr. Beast. I'm sorry for all the bad things I said about you.
I don't know what you talked about, but I heard a couple things.
Yeah, I talked about the morning routine, about being better about that, my room being really dirty.
Did you talk to me? Did you tell him about how mad you were at me?
Yeah, I told him that I got really defensive off rip.
But hey, guess what? We're brothers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Sometimes you got to realize that sometimes the people that love you and know you better than yourself sometimes.
Just like you with me.
Yeah, so I was like...
You do the same thing to me. Sometimes like you could say stuff, and I'm like, defensive. And then I'm like, yeah. He's right.
Mm-hmm.
He's right.
But I was talking about priorities too. I was making up all the excuses for me being busy and all these things on why I didn't get my room cleaned. But it's like, you could have set the time to clean your room.
You know what part was funny to me?
Mm-hmm, I'm listening.
I go, Brendan, you just wake up and you shower and you go straight to work.
I said that too.
Yeah, I go, all right. And he goes, my dad does it. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, okay, I get your dad does it, but why do you want to be your dad? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he does it so well. I get it.
Well, probably not. He could probably have a better morning routine too.
Right?
I'm not, maybe he has a great morning routine. I just threw him under the bus just to feel better and be defensive and be like, I don't need that from you.
Because, dude, a good, healthy morning routine changes me. It makes me better. Because then, like, as the day goes on, you're like, oh, that shit's already done. I already did that. At least with me.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I don't feel so rushed in the mornings. We're all trying to get better. I'm trying to get better at everything. And sometimes when I just see, like, I'm like, man, you know what I mean? I'm like, I could tell you're stressed, just like I'm sure when you could tell I'm stressed.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going, fuck. And then sometimes I'm like, I just want to give you some advice that will hopefully make you kind of realize something. And then, because when you got mad at me, like, I could have got mad back, right? Like we do sometimes.
Yeah.
But I just stayed calm. I knew. I'm like, it's the morning, whatever. And then sure enough, you took it in. Because here's the thing. This is why I did that morning. Because I'm like, this is why I just believe you and Shannon should live together before getting married.
Mm-hmm.
Now, have you guys talked about that at all since we've talked about it? You and Shannon.
About
living with each other before you get married.
Oh, we have a little bit, yeah, for sure.
Because here's the thing. Just because you guys are engaged, who cares if you're engaged for a while?
That's true.
You don't have to rush the marriage.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You're going to get married. If you and Shannon are going to be together forever, you got forever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You got all the time in the world. Let's get these ducks in line before we do something. Because I've talked to a lot of people, and I just don't want you guys to get like married and then live with each other, because you're going to learn a lot me and you have learned a lot living with each other. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah. So I just think it'd be, and who cares if that takes a while to live with each other? You know what I mean? You're engaged. Be happy you're engaged. You know what I mean? And just focus on the things that you guys got to get, that you'll achieve together, right? Because I kind of sense to me that you guys are like, it's all about being fast. Getting it done, being fast married. You know what I mean? When it's like, you're engaged, that's great. Ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean? Just kind of take your time a little more and just get things ready. Because even if it were to take a year or so until you guys finally live with each other, that's okay. There ain't nothing wrong with that.
True.
You know what I mean? So I just think you guys should live with each other before you get married.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
No, I hear.
And I can't wait for the wedding. You keep going back and forth if you're gonna do it in Hawaii or not.
Mm-hmm. That would be cool. I mean, like you said, dude, it's why go super quick, right?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
And then put stress on both of us for that reason.
Because there's already so many stresses we all have, and sometimes it's like,
damn, you're getting a phone call right now. Jobins, we got a phone call coming in live.
Sorry about that. Jobin's got a phone call. Forgot to put my phone on airplane mode. So, shout out David. But it's not his fault. It's mine. Thought I put my phone on airplane mode. But we're back.
Mm-hmm.
But we were saying, just take your time. You'll do your thing.
Yeah. No,
I forgot where we were.
No, it was good advice. You were talking about not rushing into things and making sure, because there's already so many stresses that we deal with.
Yeah. Because, we got a lot of fun to get taken care of, a lot of things to do, a lot of accomplishments. Especially Shannon. Shannon seems like she's trying to accomplish a lot of things too right now, which is awesome.
Yeah, dude. I've been really proud of her, man. Yeah. She you know what she was telling me yesterday? She was like, I cooked every meal for the whole week, you know.
Fire.
No going out or eating or anything. I was like, respect, babe.
Dude, sometimes there's those times where you're at home and you're like, fuck, I do not feel like, you just get home from work late. You're like, fuck, I don't feel like cooking. What's easy? What's fast?
Dude, you do a good job too, honestly. I'm trying to step up like yourself and be more consistent. Obviously, there's always consistency to be improved, but like when you make some good ass food that I smell, it's like, man, I need to do the same, because honestly, I should, like, all this shit that you order, it's not good for you.
Right. Saves you been saving me money too when I buy in bulk. Buy a package of steaks, buy chicken wings, thighs, burger. That's just what I'm trying to eat more of. Veggies. Dude, I've been eating some squash. I'm back on my squash and zucchini fix. And I've been doing honey garlic on them, Jobins. Oh, fuck. It's the seasonings, honey garlic. It's so fucking good. It's so good.
You know it's good too? And we make it all the time. But just onions and peppers, bro. Bell peppers. When those are, because my girl made some street tacos last night for us, and they were so bomb. And it was like the roasted veggies there, dude. I had those just on the side as well. And I was like, dude, I could just eat onion and peppers, bro, if they're cooked like that good.
Right.
We still have a cooking competition to do, bro. Don't think I forgot. Jobins, he's like, oh, well, do you need the video to be able to cook something? Real cooks can just taste it and adapt. And I was like, you're damn right.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
All right, let's make our own spaghetti lasagnas.
Lasagnas. Okay,
what?
I'm down.
Did you hear that?
Let's eat cooked lasagnas
all of
a few
sudden,
times.
Confidence is out the window.
That's like me being like, all right, let's cook chicken adobo, which I've made a few times, and this
I'm down.
guy's never. Oh damn.
I'll make some chicken adobo. Let's go.
That would be kind of fire. We'll do lasagna first because you called me out first.
I love cooking, dude. It's so much fun. All right, Jobins. I got some president quotes just because they were inspiring to me on this day, on Inauguration Day. And I got a quote. It's MLK Day. So we'll do my MLK quote. And I want to know your thoughts.
Okay.
Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Dr. MLK.
That is honestly like a beautiful message and an optimistic message. But I feel like throughout history, evil people have just slaughtered other evil people and just taken their place. So I feel like just darkness doesn't drive out darkness. It just like replaces it. It's just, I don't know, man. But I like to think that like we can make a better world by being the better person.
Yeah, I think that's what he was going for. And I kind of agree with what you're saying too. I'm like, I think people can be born in dark places and come out and change the darkness, right?
Oh, well, that'd still be because they would be a beacon of light, wouldn't they?
Right.
If they're born in a dark place, but
I think it's just simple. It's just like, don't think negative. If you think negative and if you don't do right and if you just stay positive, you'll beat the darkness. Simple.
Dude, MLK, I wish he was still here, dude. What a legend.
Right.
Fighting for what was right in a non-violent way, too.
All right, for an Inauguration Day, I got some presidential quotes throughout this fucking history of our country. You know, we have had some good presidents. Political shit's crazy, how we live and whatever, but some real shit can be said sometimes by some presidents.
Yeah,
so,
dude.
Here we go. And I'll ask you who you think it is. All right. Every accomplishment starts with the decision to try. Who said that?
Who said that? Oh my God, there's so many presidents.
I know, it's hard. Hard game.
I'll go Abraham.
You got to really know your shit.
Abraham Lincoln.
John F. Kennedy. Every accomplishment starts with the decision to try. And it's so true. When you break that down, right, guys? Literally everything ever was someone just trying and making that choice to try. Just to try. Because if everyone who didn't, Connor, name them. Name anybody who invented something, changed something. If they stayed in their room and didn't try, what would be different right now?
Damn.
And it could be such a small scale and at the same time be the largest scale, which is so weird. Because literally you can make a change by just trying. And it could be it can make a little impact, or it can make the biggest impact ever to happen in human history. What if Elon just stayed home?
Dude, right? You're never going to achieve anything if you never start it.
Right? So why not? And I reflect with myself, and I'm like, damn it! I'm like, why don't we just try? You know what I mean? I'm choosing not to try. And it's not getting done.
Dude, it goes back to like my room being dirty and everything and me coming up with all these reasons why, busyness and things like that. But it's like, how do you prioritize things?
Look what literally just was like, I'm going to try and get Sean O'Malley's autograph.
Dude, 100%, man.
I'm looking around right now. If you're not watching, you're just listening. I'm looking the fucking around. All I did was try to get Sean O'Malley's autograph.
And now what?
Imagine if I never tried that.
Imagine if you never played with him, dude.
Imagine if, I'm like, oh my God, he plays Twitch? Oh, I'm not going to go in there. He ain't going to reply to me. He wouldn't care.
That's a good quote from John F. Kennedy.
John F. Kennedy. All right. If your actions inspires others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader.
Ooh, I'm going to guess Ronald Reagan.
John Adams.
Dang, that's an old
old one. So look at that. Are we leaders?
Well, what's the quote? Would you say it one more time?
I'm going to say we're leaders, Jobins, because I'll reread it. But anytime that you inspire someone, which we have, which is something that like when people come up to me and they're like, dude, yeah, you inspired me. I'm not going to call them out. I don't want everyone to know. But one of my good buddies at the gym came up to me and he's like, bro, I just want you to know your podcast helped me get back into being in a relationship with my dad.
Damn, dude. That's actually really awesome.
Fucking powerful. Fucking powerful. That's a powerful thing. That's a beautiful, powerful thing to have. And I'm honored to have it. I don't view myself as a leader because the people in front of me are who I inspire to be like. They're the leaders. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I guess, just because there's a leader to you doesn't mean you're not a leader to someone else.
Chain effect, right?
Yeah.
It's probably like chain wrestling.
Just like role models, like
chain influence.
People probably see you as a role model, but you see other people as role models. And then those people that you see as role models, they have their own role models.
I know. And you could just be locked in your head like, dude, why do you do this? What's your purpose? What's your point? And then sometimes you just got like when you have something going for your life, that's what you got to tell yourself. That's what I got. That's what it's all for. You know what I mean?
And that's something cool too. Is like it'd be great. We should just every fighter, every like person that's really successful, ask who's your role model,
right?
Who's Tim and Sean's role models?
Oh, they
talk
many.
about them, but
oh yeah, they have so many role models. And look, they're role models.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's cool that someone said that
one.
to you, dude. That's
John.
like so awesome.
I know. Well, that's you too. You know what I mean? You're inspiring the people too. You're right here next to me.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Thank you, Joe. Shout out, Jones.
And the quote was, if your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, and do more, and become more, you are a leader.
I need that
tattoo.
Hunt up some tattoo. Because honest, that's a good way to just stay motivated.
Remind yourself.
Like,
yeah.
This is why we do it.
Stay humble, stay motivated. Remember why.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can definitely get lost sometimes, Jovins. Definitely get lost.
And think about this, dude. He was the second president. He wanted to be the first. George Washington was so popular, so famous, and John Adams is a good president, you know. And it's like he didn't give up.
I can't imagine being alive during those times. Like we're alive right now, for some pretty incredible times, and they were too. Some firsts, you know, when first big things like that happen.
Dude, you got to go back and watch Jobins. If you haven't seen John Adams on HBO with Paul Giamatti, as John Adams, great show.
Shout out Paul Giamatti,
dude, such a good show.
He's such a good actor. If you guys don't know who Paul Giamatti is, you need to go start off with Big Fat Liar. You know what I mean? Start off with Big Mama's House. Start off with the OG Paul Giamatti.
His acting though, and John Adams is good.
He is such a wide range actor. That's what makes him incredible. He's a funny guy, and he could be serious. Dude, he was cool in The Hangover 2. Yeah. In The Hangover 2, he plays like this mean mobster guy, and then he's a nice FBI guy halfway through. You're like, that's the fucking range. Dude, Paul Giamatti.
He's been in so much stuff growing up, too, like
Planet of the Apes. Planet of the Apes.
Damn, Lady in the Water. He's the main guy in that, actually.
Dude, I love it. That's a good movie. The story's wild, but the acting's good. He does great acting. Dude, Paul Giamatti's the man. Paul Giamatti's the fucking man. All right. Some people might not like this one because of the person. So sorry. Change will not come if we wait for it. Wait for some other person. Or if we wait for some other time, we are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek.
That's going to be Obama for sure.
Barack Obama.
And change being a vote.
Yep.
He's talking about all this change.
I know.
Well, hopefully some real change happens.
But change will not come if we wait for some other person.
It's a loaded quote. I'm
right?
Like, man, because of the context and everything that we know now.
It's just making the change yourself. And if we all made the change ourselves, what bigger changes can we make? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Another inspiring quote, uplifting. Yeah. Don't wait for the change, be the change.
Yep, Barack Obama. All right, I like this one. I like this one a lot. All right. The only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be... hold on. Let me restart. I read that wrong. The only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today. Who said that?
Who said that? Oh, my God. Dude, I was going to go with someone modern, but then you threw John Adams at me.
It's one of the greatest presidents to ever exist.
FDR?
Yep.
Franklin D. Roosevelt?
Franklin D. Roosevelt.
Oh, like he had one of the craziest times.
The only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today. Fuck, bro. And that's right back to, it's right, like similar. These are all pretty damn similar, right? And again, don't wait for it. It's like not going for it. We limit tomorrow based on today's choices, thoughts. Tomorrow could be anything. But if you limit it in your head, fuck, dude, that's so powerful.
The enemy of yourself is doubt.
Right.
It's like you throw all these obstacles on yourself when you doubt yourself.
Right.
And then I'm saying all this, dude, I doubt myself all the time, bro.
It's a natural thing. But that one doubt idea or thought trickles down into more. That pile up, that weigh more, that bring more weight to the shoulders. Where it's like if we just eliminate those, recognize when you're having the doubts, recognize them, eliminate them, go back to the other way. Because we're limiting ourselves.
But at the same time, too, don't just like also have caution on decisions, too, at the same time.
FD was a gangster. FD was a gangster.
Dude, I don't know if he's as much of a gangster as the next president that followed him. The only president from Missouri, homie, Harry Truman. That dude had to make the decision to drop the freaking bombs.
Right?
Dude, that scene
He did have an important
that
role.
scene in Oppenheimer is so badass. He's like, you think you have it bad? I'm the one that has to make the order.
Yep.
And it's Gary Oldman, freaking badass Gary Oldman playing him. I was like, that is hot.
Remember going to his farm as a kid? When you live in Missouri, Jobins, one of your field trips, I guarantee it, has been to that farm.
Are you sure you're talking about the same guy?
I'm pretty sure.
I feel like you're talking about Grant Farm.
Ulysses S. Grant.
Ulysses S. Grant.
I fucked that one up big time.
I think so.
How many presidents have been from Missouri, dog?
Damn. Well, no, he wasn't born in Missouri. I think he's born in Illinois.
And then he just lived in Missouri?
But yeah, we've been to Grant's farm. Everyone goes to Grant's farm.
Right. I fucked that one up. This is my little historical bubble. You know what I mean?
Ulysses S. Grant is a complete badass, too.
100%.
Freaking Civil War time, dude.
Yep.
He fought in the Spanish-American War, which had an effect here, bro, in the Southwest region. And then he had a freaking farm with goats and pigs, and you could still go there today.
And he made some big things happen, too. Didn't he? I think he protected some land in Missouri. There were some parks and shit that he protected.
And probably some respect to the cemetery, too. Because I know after the Civil War, I think they had, like,
Missouri's
national
gangster.
cemeteries.
Sorry to say it, but Missouri's gangster. Missouri's great.
That's something I want to... Dude, I would love to visit with you, bro, like in Virginia and all the other original colonies where they had, like, some really crazy battles of the Civil War. I hear it's, like, haunting atmosphere at those places.
Dude, I'm telling you, if we had a Travel Channel pod, vlogs, me and you going around doing that kind of shit, well, what bombing was it?
The Oklahoma City bombing that we were seeing the tour and everything, the little crosses for the... Dude,
bro,
crazy.
Being there, never experienced it in my life, Jobins, right? You always see stuff on TV, you read it in books. When you're actually in those places and you're going through the guide and you're just there is an energy, there is a feeling of like, whoa, what's happened here?
Dude, and
that's real.
The severity of the explosion too, and how they had like the missing things and like the we love you and stuff, and all these signs that are hung up on this fence, guys. Oh, Jobins, it was sad. Yeah. Powerful though.
Right? All right, another one. We can complain because rose bushes have thorns, or rejoice because thorn bushes have roses.
Dude, I love that quote.
Right?
I like that.
That's like that glass half full type shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Because thorn bushes have roses. I'd rather rejoice.
Right?
I'm the latter for sure.
Well, roses in general are such a like thing of life, right? You have this beautiful thing that's protecting itself.
Mm-hmm.
It's so beautiful and so deadly.
Who said that? I would guess. I'm feeling
this is one of the goats. This is one of the OG goats.
I'm gonna say Thomas Jefferson.
Nope. It's so hard to guess president fucking quotes.
OG goat. Who is it?
Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, damn it. I said Lincoln earlier. I just didn't know.
And what a mindset he had, right?
Mm-hmm.
Motherfucker saying shit like that, walking around with that mindset all day.
Abraham Lincoln's a huge badass too.
Thinking outside the box.
Civil War, bro.
Yeah.
He was Ulysses S. Grant. Oh God, dude, what a
the list goes on and on. Yeah.
Those are some good ass quotes.
We might have had some weak ass presidents here in the past, in our lifetime. Mm-hmm. That really ain't badasses like some of the presidents we formerly had.
Dude, even like a lot of shit that Jimmy Carter gets, it's like, Jobins, I was just watching, I put it on today, the monologue that Dave Chappelle had on SNL, and he brought up seeing Jimmy Carter in Israel in 2006 when he wrote his book, which I'm going to listen to on Spotify Premium because it's free there, and it's called like Palestine, Apartheid or something like that. And it was like almost talking about like how bad it is there, and like Dave Chappelle was talking about it, and he's like, dude, the Israeli forces were like, dude, if you go out to Palestine, we cannot protect you. And he had limited security, and he went out there, and then he said that like Palestinians were cheering when they had him there, and he was like, and Chappelle's like, he might not have been a great president, but that I can tell you is a great man.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's a powerful thing because it's like, even though some of these presidents you could say had failed administrations, that doesn't really reflect wholly who they are as a person.
Well, yeah, because dude, when the guy gets into office, think about all the things, ramifications, and things that you got to hurdle through to get done, and then all the things that stop you from getting the things done.
Exactly.
So Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, because you were
That's
just,
good.
you know, all these OG great presidents and some of these ones that are listed as not so great, they have some remarkable things about them too.
All right, ready for this one?
Yes, sir.
There are no great limits to growth because there are no limits of human intelligence, imagination, and wonder.
Bill Clinton.
Ronald Reagan.
Oh, my God.
Movie man. I could see him saying that.
Yeah.
For real. Intelligence, imagination, and wonder, which I don't think you need all three to be really, like, to have them, right? But having all three of those combined is powerful.
It's a good combination.
Because a lot of people lose imagination. Some people can, you know, don't have it's weird, but like a vivid memory or like I can sit here, close my eyes, and I can picture anything, right? I could view you, I could picture you. Some people can't do that. So it's kind of weird. And the wonder, right? Not everyone some people, I don't know. I don't think they wonder. They just fucking live day to day, task by task.
Well, we got this freaking thing, this phone attached to us at all
Yeah.
times. It's like, sometimes it's like, man, dude,
like
how
true
good?
wondering, like laying in your backyard at night with a friend, looking up at the stars,
Yeah.
wondering, that kind of shit.
Damn.
Some people lose it too.
Stay optimistic, people.
People can lose it from stress. If you're stressed, you kind of lose imagination. You lose wonder.
Dude, yeah, you get bitter. You're
Right?
stressing out about not making your sales. I totally get it, dude.
Yeah. All right. Believe you can, and you're halfway there.
George W. Bush.
Another great OG.
Oh, never mind. I have to retract that.
Theodore Roosevelt.
Theodore Roosevelt.
Another gangster.
He's an interesting guy. You know, that's where the teddy bear comes from.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Am I horribly wrong here? Theodore Roosevelt was the wheelchair one.
That was FDR.
Fuck! See, you would think FDR would say something like that.
I like Theodore. He has your dad's name, too.
Yeah.
And he's just a badass.
Oh, yeah.
He's more the guy that's, like, gonna box you.
Right?
I think he has boxing matches. Like, he's pretty legendary.
Believe you can, and you're already halfway there, which is so true. When you believe in yourself and you believe in anything that you can do and what you want to do, the obstacles are not challenges because you believe you can achieve them. So you're more like energized, you're more focused, you're more like, I can do that, instead of like, oh, fuck, I don't know if I can do that. That's going to be pretty hard. It's a big difference.
Dang. It's crazy, too, because like all the modern day presidents that they have things about, oh, they're evil because of this, this, and that. It's like if you looked back at like Teddy Roosevelt or Andrew Jackson, even Thomas Jefferson, like you could see some pretty bad stuff happening.
Oh, yeah.
Under like their orders. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, net overall, it's beneficial for the country.
Right?
But man, a lot of crazy shit in history.
Well, that's episode 180, Jobin. Sorry for the little hiccup there in the middle. Won't forget to put my phone on airplane next one. Episode 180. Cheers, brother. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
We appreciate all you guys watching. We hope you enjoyed. And we'll see you next time.
Love you, Jobins.
Love you guys.